Welcome to today's episode, everyone. We've got a very exciting guest. For those of you just joining the podcast, we're E.N.G Media, and we specialize in helping software and tech companies scale their revenue. So if you want to learn how to take your software or tech business to the next level, make sure to stick around. And if you're interested in a free growth consultation, drop us the word growth in the DMs. So without further ado, thank you, Mirgen, again for hopping on our podcast today. I'm really excited to dive into your journey and get started here.
Thank you, Tyson.
Absolutely. So maybe we can start by you just telling us a little bit about your company and the role that you play in the day-to-day.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for inviting. It's a pleasure to be here and discuss. Motomtech started 5 years ago with the idea to be of assistance and help to blue-collar companies with technology infrastructure. So our model is technology department as a service for the blue-collar industry. So blue-collar companies, more accurately.
Nice.
So we offer a comprehensive package of software, hardware, IT support, cloud, security, compliance. It's all in one package, is as if you were to hire one individual person. So our package is as low as one individual person, or it could be 2, 3, and includes everything, whatever needs are within the technology department.
Awesome. That's super awesome. Yeah, I was taking a look at your guys' social media and on your website as well. And I love that you guys mentioned and really place emphasis on the fact that you guys provide a holistic solution. I think that that's very important when it comes to software development and having a team to implement that, especially if you're a blue collar company. I mean, because if you guys, consult with them or just give them maybe some of the tools, it's a little bit hard to get them the results that they're looking for when it comes to implementing a new software to maybe, generate more revenue or whatever their goal is. I think it's really important that, software businesses are taking a holistic approach when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I wanted to ask you, if I were a potential client, what are some things that you would want me to know about your solution that would, differentiate you from similar companies and positively impact my business?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So the major thing that we emphasize is scalability. Is that we come to your business with the idea to be your partner forever, and we come to scale your technology infrastructure to be adaptable to your growth. So that's the first thing, and as a business, especially as blue collar, they are more focused on specifically what they're doing. Like today, for example, I spoke with a chocolate manufacturer.
Oh, wow.
Great at making chocolates, making baskets of presents for large companies, corporations, and for employees and clients. And anyway, so they have a great business model. They looking at different technology options. What do they have? They could buy pre-built tools, and they can hire consultants to fix those tools within the organization,
Yeah.
which is very expensive, by the way. Or they could hire us as an alternative and say, here is how we operate, and then build a system around our operations.
Nice.
And we're not talking only about software. We're also talking about the hardware. We're talking about IT support and everything around their factory and their offices, and providing people in their employees access and managing their accesses and everything. So it's not only about software. It's about all this hardware and software communicating together for the purpose of the vision. Going after the vision of the company and what the company is goals are. And so this company is growing.
Right.
They are growing in revenues by 25 to 40% a year.
Wow.
And they want to have the technology infrastructure to support that growth. So, and when we had a conversation together, I met him in a networking event, and it's like, I didn't know this service existed, and actually it doesn't. It's just us that do it, and our competitors. This is how we are different from them, because they do have, it's very fragmented, very, very fragmented. And we come in with one holistic approach saying we will be your technology department. Just like, it's very common nowadays where companies hire, and especially small companies, they hire a marketing agency.
Hmm.
And they do all the marketing work, right? So they do the content, they do the copy, the videos, the promotions, the website, advertisement, everything, paid
Hmm.
ads. And, well, we're like that for technology, so we do everything within the.
Nice.
So it's like you have one relationship, you have one source of truth, right? So you don't have to hire like the IT support guy, the software guy, the cloud person,
Right.
the consultant on implementing the everything between different software licenses. So yeah, we come as that source of, we are one single source. We get it all hooked up together and working efficiently and in scalable approach.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I bet in the long run as well for these companies, they probably end up saving a lot of money as well through utilizing your guys' solutions because between the software, the hardware, and the teams that actually manage it, I assume it's probably more expensive than just to invest into like a package similar to what you guys are offering. And it, obviously it gets them better results. Would you say that that's something that you've seen in in this space?
And absolutely, if our offering is not cheaper than what they currently have, and of course it doesn't make sense for them to go with us. And there are some clients who doesn't make sense to go with us, but most of them, if they have more than 50 employees, it definitely makes sense. And
Nice.
so we tell them that we guarantee you a 50% drop in the expenses.
Nice.
So if this doesn't happen, then it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Uh, But considering the growth, so if companies are growing,
Mm.
that's when they are coming and saying, yes, it does make sense, even if it's a little bit more expensive.
Right.
But if for companies that are stagnant, they're not growing, they're kind of going down, it just doesn't make sense. But if they want to make the investment,
Mhm.
right, to grow, then yes, it does make sense. It just depends on the vision and how aggressive the founder, the owner is, and the executives are. Like, are they aggressive in growth? And what we help them to understand and
Uh-huh.
see is how they could reach that growth with tools, with technology tools.
Mm.
So yeah, so we are in actually, we hear now the buzz about AI and how
Right.
it's going to eradicate a lot of jobs. Well, actually, it's creating more jobs.
Right.
It's creating more jobs because more of, what we have understood is that it's a lot cheaper for us to build custom software nowadays.
Oh,
It's a lot cheaper. Like I would say like 4 or 3 years ago, we would charge a client for a basic MVP about 180 to $50,000.
mm.
Right now it's like 50 to 70.
Oh, wow.
Why? It's because we can do it faster. It doesn't require as much time and people.
Ah, 1,000%.
But now, what has this caused?
Mhm.
Generate more demand because it's more accessible for smaller businesses nowadays.
Right.
So smaller businesses can build a custom infrastructure, software infrastructure,
Uh-huh.
and compete with the big guys who, had hundreds of millions of dollars in budget, whereas the smaller guys like, I don't. But now smaller guys can do that
Right.
because of the efficiencies and the knowledge that has been it's available. And
Absolutely.
so we have somebody who has been coding for 2 years. He can do the same job
Mhm.
as somebody who has been coding for 7 years
Right.
because of the tools that we have. But this makes it cheaper though.
Hmm. 100%. And how are you kind of dealing with that? It's almost like the barrier of entry to provide some of these solutions has kind of been shortened because smaller companies are able to come in and try and compete with people or companies that have been more experienced. Like, are you guys leveraging, case studies and testimonials and kind of the partners that you've worked with in the past to differentiate yourself? Or is there a certain way that that you're able to stand out?
Well, yeah, we have on our website. We are in the process of updating them right now, actually, but we have about 40 case studies,
Oh,
use,
wow.
and they have all of them have testimonials and
Nice.
clients, um, and which kind of resonate to what we're talking about because
Yeah.
all of this is like I didn't know your service existed. I didn't know like this such a thing was out there.
Right.
Like we come in and we say we understand your business and we can build a software according to your business model and like and to them is like and most of these businesses are like
Mhm.
are small to mid-size and like nobody understands my business. It's hard to understand my business
Yeah.
and we go there it's like yes we do like and this is how we can make it you can make technology tools to adapt to your business model
Right.
and it's fascinating to see like the level of interaction and what happens. So the reason another is like we have also helped startups as well in the technology area.
Oh,
They come in and we build their prototype and then MVP, and then they go raise money. So
oh,
we build them their prototype and they raise money, and then they come back. We build them their MVP, and then they we've had several success stories actually with startups that have raised over $5 million, and now they are profitable companies. So
awesome.
yeah, so but startups are highly volatile and risky for us because if they come our way, we will do it,
Mhm.
but we won't go after them because you know oftentimes when things don't go right, the
Mhm.
software is blamed.
Right.
It's not the idea that the founders had; it's the software. So the software is like whatever you wanted to build, right? We
Right.
built it. So
Oh, wow.
and then we find great success with existing businesses because they already have a business that is profitable, and we just build the software around it to support it to grow it even more. Where
Absolutely.
startups are hit and miss.
Uh-huh.
If you end up if you have good founders that have good profile and they have worked in an industry that they exactly know what they're building,
Mhm.
then yes.
Right.
And the success stories are from those people who were in a niche market and they were wanting to build a very niche, very small area to service like a specific group of companies,
Ah,
and they were successful. Whereas people who come and say, "Hey, this is going to be the greatest product. It's going to be like phenomenal, $1 billion," and they always fail because they are
right.
specific enough to service those people with specific, features.
100%. Yeah. And if let's just say that, I was a startup blue collar company and I wanted to come to you guys for help with software. Do you have like, I guess, different programs or offers, maybe like an accelerator to where you build out a lot of that infrastructure to help them get started and raise money for funding? And then can they essentially go up in your guys' services and start using maybe some of the other solutions you provide as they start to scale?
Absolutely. So for blue collar, established profitable companies, we have a package where we say the first 2 weeks we will do, and we call it conceptualization. We'll take a look at your business, and then we will build the package. So
Nice.
what does the team look like? How many people? What is and it's usually anywhere from 1 to 3 full-time equivalent, which are anywhere from 4 to 10 different experts.
Gotcha.
So we say 1 to 3 full-time equivalents. So if you say 3 full-time equivalents, there are about 12 different experts in this team. Because you have cybersecurity, you have
Yeah.
compliance, you have all different type of roles, and they come in and help with whatever need. So that's why this 2 week period is identifying how much time will be needed from each role.
Nice.
Um, but then if there is more need, we provide it at no additional cost. But we just create a roadmap of the team and the structure. And then with startups, we say, okay, the first thing is we got to make sure that your idea is clear. It's
Right.
clean. It's so we do the conceptualization, and we generate like a dashboard with with reports and stuff like that. And then the second one is prototyping. So each phase, conceptualization is 2 weeks, prototyping is 4 weeks, because there's a lot of back and forth, interviewing questions. And then from this point, from prototyping,
Uh-huh.
the founders know now how long it'll take and how much it'll cost.
Gotcha.
And then they have something to show to the investors. So
Ah,
if they have a relationship with investors, then we connect them with, because there is plenty of investors that reach out to us like, hey, if you have,
oh wow.
and we have connections, and we provide them with the connections to apply to these family offices or angel investors for
Yep.
funds. And then we build the MVP. Sometimes, most of the time, founders they bootstrap the MVP because the farther along they go,
Mhm.
the less equity they give up.
Ah,
Okay, so then they boot because it's not a lot of money. Like we tell them like you don't spend more than 50 to 70K. Like don't do that.
right.
So with that amount of money, we take them to market, uh,
Oh wow.
and then they start testing the market. As they're
Mhm.
testing and validating their idea, then they can go to investors and then raise money. And by this time, you can raise anywhere from $2 to $5 million, giving up like 20 to 30% of your equity.
Oh
So
wow.
there's a huge difference between post MVP and pre MVP.
Gotcha. So makes a lot
So
of sense.
just by putting in 50K into your
Mm.
idea, you have increased the value of the company significantly,
Mhm.
but you lost equity.
Ah, okay. That
So
makes a
like,
lot of sense.
yeah,
Yeah, it honestly sounds like you guys have really a holistic approach, but I appreciate you sharing some insights into what the process looks like for some of these startup companies. And are you just working with blue collar businesses specifically? Like, is that your guys' specialized niche?
exactly, yes. And startups do come to us as referrals,
Oh,
and
wow.
people reach out, and usually like every single, like no exception, every single startup has been like, hey, I want you to help me out with this, and then
Mhm.
we work it out, and we don't accept every single startup that comes our
Right.
way. Um, So, they have to, they apply. We look at their situation. I look at their background. Are
Mhm.
these professionals? Are they experts in what they in their industry?
Right.
And are they building a product, technology product within their expertise or outside of it? If it's outside of it, forget it. If it's within their expertise, then yes. And then, like, what is their time commitment? If this is like a sidekick, maybe, maybe not. But if it's full time, yes, definitely. So
Absolutely.
um, these are some of the things that we advise them. Like you don't have to hire a technical co-founder. We
Mhm.
will take care of everything. You don't need to.
Wow.
Um, Maybe you hire the CTO when you have the revenues and the money to pay them, but you don't need because technical co-founder usually and actually the VCs make that angel investors like they kind of force these founders to have a technical co-founder, which is the wrong thing to do. It is
Ah,
absolutely the wrong thing to do because it's like you're building a home, and of course you don't have money. You're asking the money from the bank, and the bank is telling you you have to have the plumber to be the co-owner in your home.
right.
It's like you got to have the concrete guy to be the owner. Like what this
Right.
is not what like when you build a product, you don't
Mhm.
hire the guy in the manufacturing plant to
Right.
be a technical co-founder. To be
Right.
the you hire a professional
Right.
product person, and you should be. If you are not a professional product person, you shouldn't even start it.
Right.
So you
Right.
should hire the right company to build your product,
Right.
not a technical co-founder, because and you see, that 97% of the technology startups fail, and they don't fail because they don't have the right product market fit. It's because they don't have the right product.
Ah,
Like their product sucks. because they have not built what the, and I think
Mm,
based on my experience is because the technical co-founder is technical. He's not the product person.
mm, right.
We've had many cases when clients have come to us from a technical co-founder, they've transferred the product to us,
Oh
and
wow.
we've seen a mess. It's a mess
Oh my
because
goodness.
a person is focused on either back end or front end or maybe full stack, but
Mhm.
he's technical,
Right.
not product oriented. He doesn't understand like technical people are told what to develop,
Right.
right? So anyway, so that is the, because we have departments, like we have the product department and the engineering department, the QA department, the DevOps department. So each of these departments, they check each other, checks and balances,
Yep.
make sure that things are not only quality but also it makes sense. Things are making
Right.
sense. So um, anyway, so this is the major flaw that I see in the industry,
Right.
that the in the technology area.
100%. Yeah, I think as these companies go to scale, like you said, once they get investors, they're being told to give up equity in their company to bring on, C-suite executives. So versus where there's other people out there like you, where you can partner with them and it's non-equity to where you can help them get to a point to where they could scale, and you have that product expertise as well, which is awesome. And I love that you mentioned you guys mainly work with companies and founders with the right, product, but they have the right mindset where they're looking to scale. I know, and then you mentioned as well that a lot of business that comes your way, especially from startups, is coming from referrals. So, I come from more of a marketing background, so I'm always curious to know, like, how are you getting in front of your guys' ideal clients? Like, do you guys use mainly referrals, or is like, how do like these blue collar companies that are looking to scale with the right number of employees know you guys exist?
Yeah. So I go to a lot of networking events where the blue collar companies
Nice.
are, uh,
Perfect.
and that's what I do. And then, like for example, today I had a meeting with a chocolate factory, and I was
Yep.
at a networking event, and he's like, "Hey, come over, see my factory, and then we can
Oh
talk
wow.
about how you can help me." So, and then we ask, because most of our clients have no other companies because they source products from other,
Ah,
and then they give us contacts, and we
nice.
we do a lot of free work for our clients,
Oh nice.
a lot of that, and then they are super nice. They give us referrals, connections.
Awesome.
So whenever they want extra, they want something extra, like they want a website build or they
Mm.
want, we don't charge them. It's like, yeah, it's part of the team. So um,
Oh wow.
anyway, yeah, by serving them, you get a lot in return, which is a good relationship, first of all.
Yep.
We don't have any problems with our clients paying us. We
Nice.
don't have any issues with. Whenever we do, we just kick them out.
Right. At that point, yeah, because it's you're looking to partner with people though to where it's a mutually valuable relationship between the two of you. So I could see where you lead with value up front, and then it pays dividends with them giving you referrals and just becoming a good partner over time.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. And the way I see it is like, I'm an employee of yours. Like,
Mm,
I come in and I keep your organization running, and I try to do my best at that,
yeah,
and we do our best, and you know, and we want to be treated as as an employee partner, like we are
yep,
employees, yeah, of your organization. So
absolutely. Because you're incentivized by essentially them growing their company. Like you want to work with companies that want to scale, and so it makes sense that you're viewed as a partner. And for you guys, like at Momotech, what would you say are some goals for your company in the next 12 months related to growth? Like, are you looking to take on maybe more clients? Is there any type of quantifiable goals that you have in the next year?
yes, so our goal is to onboard 12 new clients this year, and then we have been pretty good at doing like anywhere from year over year about
Uh,
about 10 every year.
Nice.
And so we want to get about 12 new clients this year. We do have, so far we are on track.
Nice.
So yeah, that's our like client side goal. And then on the employees, on our side,
Uh-huh.
we have launched a marketplace. So
Oh,
we launched a platform where all of our clients and our employees, they all
oh,
collaborate together in our platform.
oh, that's awesome.
And it's everything there. So if they want to have access to what the team is doing, they log in into the system, they see all the team members, what their tasks are, what they're working on,
Oh, wow.
and they can talk directly to the team, to every single one of them. They can, so, and we have launched that. We are bringing clients one by one very slowly so that we can see, debug the system and make sure that it's working properly. So, but at
Absolutely.
the end of the year, we hope that we would have all the clients onboarded into it and have a very smooth collaboration from within the marketplace. And from that, they can hire more people. They could
Right.
request to reduce the team, to expand the team. They can add more projects. So it becomes more of like a destination for them to manage everything.
Absolutely. I could see why they'd be incentivized to want to use your guys' platform because they're essentially outsourcing like whatever software or hardware needs that they have to you guys, and then they're actually able to see what the process looks like, who's working on what. So yeah, no, that is super awesome that you guys are launching that. And you mentioned that your goal is to onboard like 12 new clients for this year. Um, is there like a specific number that you're looking to get to or a capacity? Like ideally, would you want to handle more clients or do you try to keep it at like a specific number so that way you can give your undivided attention to?
Yeah, at the moment, at least for this year, that's our capacity, 12.
Nice.
And with the marketplace, so we already have, so with the marketplace, because it's for both, it's experts on one side and then
Mhm.
clients on the other side, and all of our processes, infrastructure, and everything is in the middle, and marketplace. So we want to be able to satisfy both sides.
Yeah.
So we want to bring experts, train them in our systems, train them on our infrastructure, team structures and everything, and then get them ready,
Yeah.
and so that for clients to be onboarded. So
Nice.
at the moment, our pace is like one client a month. That's what we.
Nice.
So one client a month is about three full-time equivalents. So and then because because of the way how we work, so we are not like an outsourcing firm where you can just get people and then deploy them to projects.
Right.
Um, we are different in a sense where we get people into our processes. They are trained. They are in the communication style, in the working style,
Mhm.
in the process, in the tools. And it takes a while, and we do not want to jinx this. So we want to make this so that it's very smooth,
Yep.
um, and we hope by next year we will double the capacity,
Nice.
26.
Yeah.
And our goal is to double it every year, but we'll see what
Yep.
happens.
No, it sounds definitely possible. Like you're taking the steps now to lay that foundation and set up the right systems and processes, so that way there's a shared culture. It all aligns with the way that you want to do business. So that's really awesome. And hypothetically, if you had, I always love to ask this question: if you had a magic wand to fix one thing, in the business right now, that's either holding you back or slowing you down from getting to your goal of an extra 12 clients in this year, what would you say that one thing would be, if any?
I guess like for me as a business owner, I want to every blue collar company want to know my name. That's
Absolutely. Yeah.
I want them to know who I am and how I can solve their pain points.
Absolutely.
Like that's the and then I know that they will be like doubtful about I don't know if you can do it.
Hmm.
But then I want them to see
Right.
that yes, we can help you. Yes, we can help you scale.
Absolutely. I mean, just from everything that you've said in this podcast alone, I think once you get in front of them and they have that first contact with you to where you can tell them a little bit more about how you guys operate and the solution, like the holistic solutions you provide, I don't see why would it be a no-brainer for them at that point,
Yep.
which is very awesome. But no, and if people want to connect with you or maybe they want to check out your company, what would be the best place for them to go? And how should they connect with your company?
Well, if they go to the website motomtech.com,
Yeah.
they will have a learn more, and from there they can submit their information, and they will be able to set up a time to speak with me.
Awesome. Well, there you guys have it. And I'll make sure to include the link to your guys' website and your social media as well in the description of this YouTube video and all of the posts that we make on social media from this. I highly recommend you guys go check out Motomtech and the awesome things that they're doing. But other than that, thank you again, Mirgen, for your time and for your insights today. And we'll see you guys in the next video.